Hi everyone, welcome to the CZ Armor channel. Today we're going to do something very simple here. I had some people asking and I listened to them and decided to put this quick video together. So it's going to be about swapping the mag release from the left side of the gun, therefore to be activated with the right hand, which is the standard, which is what you're going to get out of the box with the basically every gun out there. Nobody's going to really design a gun that comes out of the box for lefties, but there are lefty people out there. So in this case, for them to make a proper usage of their Shadow2, in this case, here I'm going to use a Shadow2, but it's the same procedure for most CZ's metal frames. You can simply swap the mag release from one side to another without any modification or installing any extra parts or anything like that. So that's what this is going to be about. Before we go on though, this is for the YouTube police out there. I'm not going to do any modification, install any performance parts, any aftermarket parts whatsoever. This is simply about a standard procedure that you can find in the most likely CZ manuals out there on how to swap the mag release from one side to the other of the gun. Having said that, let's get to it. But before anything else, what tools are you going to need? You're going to need a flat screwdriver, and this is about, let me tell you the right measurement of it. It's a 5.8 millimeter flat screwdriver. That will do the job. You need a tweezer or a nose plier. Either tool is going to work well. And I like a nylon punch, but this is just going to be used to really remove the slide stop. So you can do with the polymer mag base that comes with the OEM magazine or anything plastic. Just don't use anything metal to push on this side because you're at risk of marring your gun, scratching your gun here. So, all right, safety first, make sure the gun is unloaded. So nothing on the chamber, nothing on the mag well. This gun is completely unloaded, safe to operate. The first thing we're going to do here is remove the slide stop to get the slide off the frame. So the way I like to do that is cock the hammer, pull it back a little bit, activate the safety, let it go back. So this keeps the slide aligned with the frame, so you don't need to hold it with your hand. You know it's aligned, and then use a plastic punch to push on this side of the slide stop, and it will come out just like so. And that will, then you put the safety back and the slide will come out. We'll put a slide aside. We're just going to work on the frame. So what we have to do here is, you see there's a flat screw here that needs to be removed. That flat screw keeps a couple things in place: the trigger bar spring and the mag release spring, the mag release bar or the mag release button, however you want to call it. It's tensioned, and the tension you feel here is basically on this two-leg spring that goes down into that channel and is kept in place by that flat screw. So I'm going to decock the hammer. So I need to do that so the trigger bar returns to the front and opens the clearance here for me to get my flat screwdriver here and remove this flat screw. See if the camera can catch it. There you go. And now all I'm going to do is remove that flat screw. Use my flat screwdriver. There you go. That comes out. Put it aside. And now I have to be careful here because this thing might want to fly away. So you want to use a tweezer or a nose plier, catch the trigger bar spring first, lift it a little bit like you see here, and then just pull it back. It will come out. It will come out. There you go. I put that aside, and now the magazine release spring. So clip it with the tweezer or the nose plier, and then just lift it. You're gonna do like this way and then this way for it to come out. You might want to put your hand here. If this thing decides to fly, it won't fly anywhere. Your hand's gonna block it. There you go. It's off. That's the magazine release spring. Okay, once this is off, your magazine release should move freely out of the gun, just like you see here. So this was here, right? Now there's nothing holding it in place. You can push from the other side and it will come out. Now all I have to do is put it on the other side and reverse the process. All right, I'm gonna go to the other side of the gun now, get the magazine release same way I had before, and it goes in very similar like it was on the other side. It should move freely like this, make sure it is like that, and then put it back and revert the process. So instead of taking the spring out, we're gonna put the spring back. So get the magazine release spring, and this is a little bit, here's a trick, right, on put this together. It's a little bit annoying to put this together, it's not really trivial. So what I like to do, and that's gonna be, I'm gonna have to introduce a new tool here. You're gonna need a T20 Torx screwdriver to move this, get the grip panels out. It'll be much easier to put this together like that. I think one side is enough. And then put it back together. Now you're gonna use that flat screwdriver. I'm gonna use a different one here, a smaller one, easier. But just like as this goes back into that channel, this goes back into this channel here. You need to put it in place. And then I'm gonna use this screwdriver from the side of the grip here to push both legs inside the channel, and then use my thumb on the top to push it down. You don't need to have actually it's better if you don't have the magazine release right now in it, just put the spring first. So I'm going to use my tweezer to position the spring there initially, get my thumb here, so my thumb goes through where the grip panel was here to that hole, just to keep the spring in place. And I'm going to use a screwdriver here to then push that leg and make both legs in that channel. There we go. Now it's in. Now I said the thumb, but maybe my index finger is better to just push it down a little bit. Just make sure you keep your thumb there. So this thing is under tension now, so it doesn't fly away. So if I'm gonna move it out, I'm gonna put my other finger there to make sure it stays there. And then the magazine release now goes. Okay. Now with the magazine release in place, you want to then push it down. You might need to move the magazine release back and forth a little bit, just so the legs get into the notch of the magazine release and lock it in place. I'm gonna see here what's going on there. I use that flat screw to push it in. See what I'm at risk of this thing flying away, but just to show you, there is that spring, that's hard to show in the camera. The spring here that goes down into the magazine release, the legs are there in the channel, but they're not in the magazine release notch yet. So it's basically loose, it's under tension, but there's nothing keeping that in place. So I'm just gonna go and keep my thumb there and push this a little bit. All right, it's in now. Now I push it in. You can tell the spring is in there. The legs are in the notch, in the notch of the magazine release. Now there is tension. Magazine release has the tension it's supposed to have. Everything seems to be in place. Next, so next is the trigger bar spring. So I'm gonna get a trigger bar spring back here. And as the trigger bar is in place, it is very easy to put this from the top, like we removed without the trigger bar there. But with the trigger bar in the gun, it's easier to just go underneath. So get that grip panel that you took it off, and the spring is gonna go through here and underneath the trigger bar. So we're gonna use the tweezer to guide it through. It's in there. I don't know if the camera is catching this, but I'm just gonna use the tweezer to keep pulling it in there, and should be like this. You see the trigger bar now. The trigger bar spring is there on top of the magazine release spring, and the last step is to put that flat screw back. So I'm gonna clean this a little bit, put a little bit of red Loctite here. Sorry, blue Loctite. Don't do red Loctite on this. You're gonna regret. This is a very fine thread, a little bit of glue Loctite. So what happens is if this screw gets loose, the gun won't, your trigger bar is not going to reset properly anymore. So you're going to have a gun, you're going to have a trigger that is dead on double action, or even not reset in a single or double or both. So I'm going to get this screw also, like the tighter it is, the more tension you have in the trigger bar spring. So you want it tight, but not really super tight, because if you put it super tight, you're going to have a lot of tension in the trigger bar spring, and your trigger is going to feel, there will be some gritness there as you pull the trigger, particularly in double action. So I'm going to put this back there. I remember how it was before, so I'm going to try to put the same as it was before. All right, that looks good to me. I'm going to make sure there's tension here in the trigger bar. Yeah, there's plenty of tension there. Everything looks good. Okay. Now, I'm going to put my slide back. Slide release back in place. Trigger seems to be working together. Seems to be working fine, no issue. Now I'll get the magazine back and make sure the magazine release is working. Yeah, it's working fine. So this is done. I'll put the grip panel back and the job is done. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this has been helpful to you.